What's up? I'm Coach Dan Blewett. In today's video, we're going to cover beginner throwing basics in baseball. So if you're new to baseball and you don't know how to throw, or you want to teach your son how to throw and you're just starting out, so this could be 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, 8. I started baseball when I was 8. Or if you're an international player and you want to learn the throwing basics for beginners, then this is going to be a really good quick tutorial, not too deep, but concise and important for helping you get your throwing mechanics down. So when you're just playing catch or you're working on ground balls, this video is going to cover all the throwing stuff that you need to know to be a contributing player on the baseball field. All right, so if you're new here, I'm Coach Dan Blewett. Be sure to check out the description links of this video below. You'll find my pitching books, my other baseball books, my online courses, other related videos, and please subscribe because it helps the channel continue to grow and I can reach more of you with good tutorials like this one. All right, in this video, let's cover the basics of throwing for brand new players in baseball. So basically, if you're just starting out and you need to teach your son to throw or you need to learn to throw, then what you need to start with is footwork. So we'll basically start assuming that you either caught a ball or field a ground ball. When you field a ground ball, you need to do first what's called funneling, which means you bring the ball up to the center of your body. When you catch a fly ball, you'll do the same thing. So if you catch it, you'll bring it to your middle as you start your footwork. Or if you're playing catch, it needs to be here before anything else happens. So once we've got it here, we'll kind of assume we're starting from an infield position like a ground ball. So I got my ground ball, I funneled it, or I caught it, and I've got it in my middle. My right ankle, if I'm a righty, is going to point to my target, which in this case will be right past the camera here. And then my left foot's got to slide around as my hands start to separate so that I'm making this stride position. When you're throwing as an infielder, the direction of your toe doesn't matter as much as if you're a pitcher, but typically it's going to be slightly towards your target, like at a 1 o'clock. If 12, this is 1. So I'll either catch it or I got a ground ball and I funneled it to my center. I step with my right foot, my hands start to separate, and then I stride. It'll be about 3-ish feet, maybe a little bit longer. So that'll represent probably 60% of your height, depending on your age. And again, this is going to vary depending on how fast you're moving or any of that. So I'm here, I bring it to my center, right ankle to my target, ankles get in a line as I move. My glove arm is going to be, it doesn't have to be exactly up with my shoulders, but it needs to be somewhat high. Basically, the upper arm is what matters the most. And then from here, as we start to accelerate the ball, my glove is going to sort of collapse into my side or just fall down next to my body. And that's going to start the throwing motion that's going to pull my arm back and then let my arm go forward over top. So a couple of things, when our hands separate, they're going to go their opposite ways. So my glove arm is going to make a sort of a semicircle. It's going to sort of out and around and eventually be pointing when my foot lands. And my right hand, my glove arm, is going to crack down kind of like an egg. It's going to pull back into position more than it's going to lift or reach or do anything like that. So when the hands separate, this one goes down. And then it pulls back and the shoulder blades pull behind the body. So I'm making this big chest because my shoulder blades are pulling my arm back. So the main teaches though for a young ball player are not to worry about too much of that stuff as much as it is field the ground ball, bring it to their center, or if they catch it, bring it to their chest, get the right ankle pointed towards the throwing partner or the target. That's critical. If this ankle bone is not pointed in the right direction, which is my partner, then everything that comes after it's going to be off. And then this is also critical, which is not landing here, which means my chest is open to my target, but being closed. So my chest is perpendicular to my target. And so this is bad. This is going to cause a much slower throw, a much less accurate throw. It's usually going to cause the arm to drop. Whereas when I'm here and I'm closed, now my body's going to rotate and work together much more as a unit. I'm going to get a lot more power and throw a lot harder and more accurately. So let's put it all together. So I'm here, I bring it to my center, I step, my right ankle goes forward, I reach, glove arm is approximately up, but doesn't have to be exactly up. I've separated my hands down and then I pull, My glove arm starts my motion, and then I make my throw, and the back foot will either pivot in place, sort of rotate half around. Any of those are fine. So let me do some at full speed and I'll throw these. So the better you get at this, and you'd want to start kind of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do it in pieces so the footwork is correct, because you don't want to do this so fast that the footwork isn't correct. But once the footwork is correct, the goal then is to do it pretty much all in one motion, where as my hands come to my center, my feet are switching. And then everything goes after that. So hopefully this helped. If you're brand new to baseball, throwing is one of the core skills that's really, really essential for you to have fun and be a contributing player on the field. So those are the basics of good throwing for beginners in baseball. The footwork, getting closed, getting your glove arm somewhat up, but it doesn't have to be exactly up. The throwing arm pulling back, and then the glove arm starting the body. The glove arm is very important, and it's very overlooked when new players are learning the game. They don't think the glove arm matters. They only think it's about their throwing arm. But in reality, what the glove side does is accelerates the hips and the core, which brings the arm through. It's a very full body motion. And so the glove arm is one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle in helping beginners throw a baseball harder. And again, be contributing players on the field no matter what position they play. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. Check out the online resources you'll find in the description of this video. Leave me a comment if you have any questions, and I'll see you here in the next video.